Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle Reiki Spiritual Healer. And today we're talking about why the negative entity doesn't want you to use the healing methods that God has sent down in his holy book. And as we continue to talk about different metals and different elements that God has sent down for the benefit of mankind, as well as different foods, because we certainly want to eat right and have the right nutrients inside of us. But the entity doesn't want that for you, because one of the ways that he knows that he is going to take a decline, one of the ways that he knows that it's going to be a return to sender to his evil that he has sent out to the chosen ones. He knows the reason that he doesn't want you to use what God has sent for you is because he knows that the evil that he has used through people, through his minions, there will be a decline in his allegiance of people. That crap, that mess that he has sent out has to go back to those who has been sending out psychic attacks, the evil eye, black magic. And so therefore he wants to continue to keep you in the dark, in that dark basement, in the dark room of your mind, and not have you do anything to defend yourself, so he can keep reaping that benefit off of you, so he can keep reaping that energy through his minions, through demonic attacks, through black magic. So when all of that has to go back to him, it would be easier for him to say that, oh, you shouldn't use that because that person is a witch or that person is a warlock. But what I want you to do, chosen ones, is ask yourself, has the entity, has the enemy used the remedies that the holy books have given to us? Have they been using them in their affairs? Have they been using them as physicians, as medical providers? Have they used them in their professions to treat sicknesses and disease with what the holy books has given us? And when you ask yourself that, and if you ask yourself that, and the question is yes, then what you need to understand is that it is not something that is questionable anymore. You must use what God has given you. Nobody is saying, stop going to your doctor. Nobody is saying abandon what they have, because what they have is based on what God has given. What they have given us, what they treat sickness with, is what God has given. But their way is not spiritual. So we're treating a spiritual illness with what God has sent down for us. And I want you to understand that those entities that have formed in the government, that have formed in the medical offices, the medical professions, that have formed in the judicial system, when you start healing yourself with what God sent down in the way he sent it down for you to use it to heal yourself, chosen men and chosen women, believers, witnesses, the righteous, the innocent, when you use those methods instead of taking what your enemy has told you and say that's witchcraft in these holy churches, once you take what God has given you, you will begin to heal yourself. You will begin to remove those blockages out of your life. You will remove those hindrances of people who have been standing in your way, who have locked doors in your face. You will be removed from that negative energy upon your health. That yellow cold that's coming up out of your chest is a negative block that is sent by the enemy, somebody that's near you. And the holy books and the herbs that the holy books have given us, the rituals that the holy books have given us for cleansing and healing through the metals, is going to cause that yellow poison in your system to come out through your bowels that has been blocked. That is the problem that we have to be able to understand and discern what God has sent down for us. It's right there in front of us. But you have the entity telling you that don't use that, go to the doctor, and what is in the doctor, what they're putting in you is to go ahead and knock you off. It's to go ahead and perish you, go ahead and unalive you. We have to be in a tune with God to say, yes, God has created this entity and given him certain knowledge based off of this herbal remedies that God has sent down for us. And some of it is good, but a whole lot of it is not good for you. So we want to make sure that we're lining up with what God said in his books. We want to make sure that we're lining up with the herbal remedies from of old that our ancestors had, that they didn't have to run to the doctor and spend their money like that. We want to make sure that we line up with what is in our books as a guide and a mercy sent down to us, so we're able to hold our money in our pocket and figure out other ways and living conditions instead of living in, the biggest houses or whatever we can get. We want to go to alternative methods to take our money and to take our power back from these people, that's sending us the black magic, that's sending us the evil eye to our finances, to our health, to our living conditions, to our relationships. We want to take our power back. And the only way that we can take our power back is to align with what God has sent down for us and the chosen ones who have that knowledge in order to strengthen us